Chosen one, as you stand on the threshold of an extraordinary journey, I must first emphasize that this message is not for everyone. This is not a message meant to cater to those whose hearts are distracted, those whose spirits are not aligned with the divine path, or those who walk with unspoken doubts or distractions in their lives. No. This message is for the ones who have felt the stirring of the Most High within them, for those whose souls vibrate with a deeper truth, and for those who know, without a shadow of a doubt, that their lives carry a divine calling far beyond the ordinary realm. It is not for the faint of heart, nor for the uncertain. If you are reading this, then you are one of the few chosen to hear these words, and it is no coincidence that this message reaches you at this very moment. It has arrived not a moment too early, not a moment too late, but exactly when you needed to hear it. The divine timing of this message is no mere chance. You have been called to awaken to a deeper understanding, and your spirit is ready to receive the truths that will shape your destiny. It is for the ones who have stood tall in the face of adversity, who have walked in faith when all seemed lost, and who have continued to rise, no matter the circumstances, because they know that they are chosen for something greater. You, the ones whose hearts are aligned with the divine, the ones who feel the stirrings of heaven in your spirit, this message is for you. It has come to you, not by accident, but because of your alignment with a divine truth that few others can comprehend. I invite you now to embrace what is about to unfold before you. Take a deep breath and open your heart to the truth that will be shared. This message is one of empowerment, of awakening, and of transformation. It will speak to your soul in ways that resonate on a level deeper than words alone can reach. For those who walk the path of the Most High, this message is not just a comfort, it is a revelation, an invitation to see your life in a new light, and to understand that you are on a journey toward divine elevation. Chosen one, it is time to address the attack you have faced, an attack that was not born from logic, reason, or personal conflict. This attack came not from anything you did, but from something far deeper. It came from a spiritual disturbance, one triggered by your very presence, your existence, and the power that you carry within. You have been attacked without cause, and at first, it may have seemed senseless. To the world around you, it may have appeared like an unjust and unfounded assault. But this is where the divine truth lies. The attack was not random. It was not accidental. It was a direct reaction to the divine calling and purpose that has been placed upon your life. There are times in life when the enemy strikes without warning, when the forces of darkness move swiftly and seemingly without reason. At first, the attack may have felt like a personal assault, maybe from those close to you, maybe from unexpected sources. But if you look deeper, you will realize that these attacks were not rooted in personal grievances or misunderstandings. They were spiritual in nature. They were driven by forces beyond human comprehension, forces that sensed something in you that even you were not fully aware of. The truth is, your enemies were not attacking you, they were attacking the divine purpose within you, the power and authority that you were born to carry. This attack, which may have seemed like it came out of nowhere, was the result of your divine elevation. It was triggered by your very presence. Your growth, your transformation, and your rise in spiritual authority were felt long before you realized it yourself. The darkness saw you rising, and it panicked. It saw the shift in your spirit, the alignment of your heart, the clarity that was beginning to form within you, and it responded with an attack. This was not a battle fought with logic or reason, but with spiritual forces that sought to knock you off your path, to delay your rise, and to prevent you from stepping fully into your divine calling. The attack you experienced had no foundation in reality. It made no sense to those who were watching, and even to those who participated in it. It was a reaction to something unseen, something powerful, and something that your enemies did not fully understand. They could not see the light within you that was beginning to shine brighter than ever before. They could not comprehend the strength and power you were starting to embody. And so, instead of embracing your light, They chose to strike at you, hoping that by doing so, they could dim your spirit. But what they failed to realize is that their attack only served to illuminate the very purpose you were meant to fulfill. This is the spiritual truth that you must understand. Attacks like the one you faced are never about what you did. They are always about what you are becoming. They are always about the shift in your spiritual authority, the divine elevation that you are undergoing. The enemy, whether conscious of it or not, attacked you because it could sense the power of your divine calling. It felt threatened by the very presence of your light, and in its desperation to stop you, it struck without cause. But this attack, which may have appeared to be an assault on your character or your life, was actually a sign of your divine elevation. It was a spiritual confirmation that you are moving into a new level of authority, one that others are beginning to feel in their own spirits. When you are chosen for something greater, when you are walking in divine purpose, the enemy will do whatever it can to slow you down, to destabilize you, and to distract you from your true calling. But the attack you faced was not meant to break you. It was meant to reveal you. It was meant to expose your strength, your resilience, and your divine purpose. The enemy may have attacked you without cause, but heaven was watching. Heaven was observing every move, every action, and every intention. And what they did to you, in the end, will not be your defeat. It will be your victory. The attack was a sign that you are on the verge of something great, that you are stepping into a divine season of elevation and breakthrough. This is the divine truth that you must embrace. When the enemy attacks you unjustly, it is not a sign of defeat. It is a sign of divine purpose unfolding. The attack is the enemy's last attempt to prevent your rise. But heaven has already declared that you will rise, and nothing can stop what God has ordained for your life. Chosen one, what you need to understand next is that this attack, though unjust, served a greater purpose in the grand design of your life. The enemy's intent was not to break you, but to expose something far more significant, your divine calling and the spiritual authority that has been growing within you. The attacks you faced were not random. They were spiritually charged, meant to bring forth the very power that had been quietly building in you. Every moment you've spent enduring these challenges has been shaping you, preparing you for what is to come. The truth is, the forces that opposed you recognized something in you long before you did. They saw your light, and they felt threatened by it. The strength you carry within your spirit radiates, even when you are unaware of it. This divine energy is not of your own making. It is the divine power bestowed upon you by the Most High. It is not for you to diminish or hide, but to stand tall in the knowledge that you carry a unique purpose that the world cannot ignore. When your enemies attacked you, they were not just attacking your character or your reputation. They were attacking your divine elevation. They could not comprehend what was rising within you, and so, in their fear, they tried to bring you down. They struck at the light that began to shine through you, hoping to make it flicker or dim. But heaven, chosen one, was not silent in the face of their aggression. Heaven used their attack to reveal even more of who you truly are, your strength, your resilience, and your unwavering commitment to your spiritual path. In the midst of this attack, you were tested, and you passed each test with grace and discipline. Heaven's purpose was not to allow this attack to harm you. It was to use it to propel you into your next season of purpose and destiny. The spiritual law at work here is one of divine reversal. What was meant to break you will now become the very foundation of your rise. What they intended to use to destabilize you has instead revealed your true power, your spiritual authority, and the depth of your faith. Understand this, chosen one. The enemy cannot stop what God has ordained. The forces of darkness may try to fight against you, but they will only end up revealing their own weakness in the process. It was not by your own power that you stood firm, but by the strength that heaven placed in you. Divine protection surrounded you at every step. Though the attack was intended to harm, it was blocked, redirected, and deflected by the spiritual forces that stand guard over your life. Your endurance has not been in vain. You may not have seen all the ways heaven intervened on your behalf, but know that you were protected in ways you will never fully comprehend. Their attack exposes their own insecurities, fears, and spiritual deficiencies. Heaven uses their attacks as a mirror to show you, and the world, the truth about them. They have revealed their own darkness, while your light shines brighter than ever. The more you endured, the more heaven responded. Each time you chose restraint over retaliation, each time you held your peace in the midst of injustice, heaven was aligning the spiritual forces around you. Your guardian angels were active, shielding you from deeper harm, intercepting spiritual weapons meant to destroy someone who lacked your strength. These unseen forces worked tirelessly behind the scenes, ensuring that the enemy's weapons could not penetrate your spirit. Heaven's protection does not always manifest in visible ways, but it is always present. The attacks that were meant to break you never reached their intended goal because heaven was there, defending you. And as you moved through these challenges, you gained a new level of spiritual maturity. You learned to walk in deeper faith, to trust in the process even when the path seemed unclear. Heaven allowed this attack to refine you, to strengthen your spirit, and to elevate you in ways that could never have happened without the trial. This period of testing has made you more resilient, more grounded, and more in tune with your divine purpose. Heaven has seen your response to the attack and has marked you as one who is worthy of the next phase of divine elevation. Your spiritual growth during this time has prepared you for what is to come. You have been protected and strengthened for the very purpose that the enemy sought to destroy. Now, as heaven moves to elevate you, the fruits of your endurance will be evident to all. As heaven continues to respond on your behalf, there is a divine shift taking place in your life. This is not a small shift, it is a complete spiritual repositioning. Heaven is moving you away from environments, relationships, and situations that no longer serve your divine purpose. What once felt like loss, isolation, or betrayal was actually divine protection, preparing you for the next season of your life. You are being realigned with your true purpose, and this realignment may involve letting go of people, places, and things that no longer have a place in your life. Heaven is clearing the path ahead of you, and in doing so, it is removing obstacles that could have hindered your spiritual progress. The attack that came against you has paved the way for your next level of elevation, and now, as you rise, you will no longer be weighed down by the forces that tried to pull you back. This divine repositioning is not always comfortable. It can feel unsettling, as if everything around you is shifting. But know this: it is necessary. You are being prepared for the greatness that lies ahead. Heaven does not elevate without first preparing the environment around the chosen one. As you step into this new season, you will see doors that were once closed begin to open. Opportunities that seemed impossible will now be within your reach. There will be a clarity that settles into your spirit, a newfound peace that will guide you through the decisions ahead. This clarity is not of your own making, but is a gift from heaven, a sign that you are walking in alignment with your true purpose. The path will become clear, and you will move forward with a sense of divine direction that you have never experienced before. Chosen one, the season of struggle, confusion, and attack is over. Heaven has witnessed your perseverance, your purity, and your divine alignment. What was meant to destroy you has instead become the catalyst for your rise. The spiritual atmosphere around you is shifting, and those who once doubted you or stood against you are now beginning to sense the weight of their own actions. Heaven has already begun to expose the truth, and what was hidden will no longer remain in the dark. Your enemies believed they could control the narrative, but heaven has the final word. Their actions will not go unchallenged. Their words will fall silent, their plans will collapse, and their influence will fade. This is not your doing, chosen one. This is heaven's intervention. The divine forces that have been working behind the scenes are now moving in full force, and the results will be undeniable. What they meant for harm is now being turned into something that will bring you divine favor and elevation. Heaven is orchestrating everything in your favor, and those who once stood against you will now witness your rise. They will see the hand of God at work in your life. Your elevation is not just for your benefit, it is a testimony to the power of divine intervention and the truth that God works all things together for the good of those who are called according to His purpose. This is only the beginning, chosen one. The divine vindication you have been waiting for is unfolding right now. Keep your eyes open, for the season of your elevation has already begun, chosen one. What you must first understand is that the attack you have endured was not simply a result of human conflict or misunderstanding. It was not born of any rational or logical cause, nor was it the result of something you did or said. No, this attack came from a place far deeper than anything visible to the naked eye. It was orchestrated by unseen spiritual forces, powers and principalities that operate in realms beyond the natural world. These forces work in the background, often unnoticed by those who are not spiritually awakened, but their influence is felt deeply by those who carry divine power within them. The spiritual realm is real, and it operates in ways that often elude human comprehension. What you experienced was not random, it was not a mistake. It was not just a series of unfortunate events. It was a direct reaction to the light that now burns brightly within you. Your enemies may have thought their actions were based on personal grievances, jealousy, or misunderstanding, but those motives were only the surface. Beneath that surface, what they failed to realize was that their attack was triggered by a far greater power, one that they could not see, but could feel. They sensed the divine energy radiating from you, a power that they themselves could not comprehend or control. It's crucial to understand that the battle you are facing is not just a matter of flesh and blood. It is a battle against forces that move in the spiritual realm, hidden from ordinary perception but deeply real in their impact on your life. Now, let me guide you through the hidden purpose behind this attack. Before you even realized it yourself, the enemy had already detected the rising force within you. They recognized your spiritual potential. Even when you were still in the process of awakening, when you began to rise in spiritual authority, when you started walking in alignment with your divine purpose, the unseen forces in the spiritual realm took notice, and they responded with an attack. They felt threatened by the power within you, and that threat stirred them into action. At first, it may have seemed like a senseless, unfair assault, an unprovoked attack from those who should have been your allies, or from situations that seem to have no logical explanation. But what you must recognize, chosen one, is that this attack was not designed to destroy you. No, its true purpose was to destabilize you, to confuse you, and to prevent you from recognizing the power you were growing into. The enemy wanted to shake your faith, to cause you to question your path, to make you doubt the divine calling upon your life. The attack was meant to push you off balance, to make you feel unsure of yourself, to make you second-guess everything you were becoming. But here is the divine truth. Every blow that was struck against you only served to reveal more of who you are. It only served to reveal more of the strength that has been quietly growing within you, the divine power that you were meant to wield. The enemy sought to distract you, to make you believe you were powerless, to make you believe that the obstacles in your way were insurmountable. But instead, this attack unveiled the very strength you had within you. It forced you to rise, to claim your spiritual authority, and to recognize that you were stronger than you ever thought possible. Every challenge, every setback, every moment of suffering was not meant to break you. It was meant to reveal the depth of your resilience, your faith, and your spiritual fortitude. When you stood firm, even when it seemed impossible, you uncovered a strength within you that you didn't even know existed. The enemy wanted you to falter, to fail, to fall into despair. But what they didn't anticipate was your unshakable determination, your refusal to let go of your calling. In that refusal, you began to uncover your true power, your true potential, the divine light that had always been within you. So, why did the enemy attack you? What was the true reason behind it? The answer lies in this simple yet profound truth. The enemy was threatened by the light you carried. Darkness always reacts against what it cannot understand, what it cannot control. And the light you possess, this divine spark, was something that the enemy could not comprehend. This light, the very essence of your divine calling, is a beacon of truth, purity, and spiritual authority. And when darkness is confronted with light, it cannot help but react. The enemy saw your light, and it felt the power that you were beginning to radiate. But instead of recognizing that light as a blessing, instead of accepting it, it lashed out in fear. It knew that your rise would signal the end of its control over the environment around you. The enemy understood that if you fully embraced your divine purpose, you would step into a level of spiritual authority that would overshadow anything it could ever offer. And so, it attempted to strike at you, to dim your light before it could grow too powerful. But here's the truth. Darkness cannot stand against the light. It can try to suppress it. It can try to hide it, but it cannot extinguish it. The light that is within you is divine, and it is a light that no power in hell or on earth can put out. Your light is the light of the Most High, and as you continue to step into your purpose, as you continue to grow in spiritual authority, that light will only shine brighter. The enemy's attempt to dim your light was futile, because the more it attacked you, the more it revealed your true potential. In fact, the enemy's reaction to your light only serves to confirm that you are on the right path. The more darkness tries to fight against you, the more you know that you are walking in alignment with your divine purpose. You are a direct threat to the forces that seek to keep the world in spiritual bondage, and that is why you are being attacked. The enemy does not fear those who are complacent, those who are walking in the shadows, or those who are content to live without purpose. But it fears those who carry the light, who walk in truth, and who are aligned with the divine plan. What the enemy failed to understand is that every attack it launched against you only propelled you closer to your divine calling. Every blow, every unjust strike, only served to deepen your spiritual awareness. You are now more aware of your power, more aware of your purpose, and more aware of the divine authority that is upon your life. You are awakening to your true self, the person you were always meant to be. The enemy sought to prevent this awakening, but instead, it has only expedited it. The attack has revealed the depth of your spiritual awakening, and now, you are ready to step into a new level of power and influence. You are more than a survivor of this attack. You are a conqueror. You have emerged from this spiritual battle with greater clarity, greater focus, and greater purpose. And now, as heaven begins to align the forces around you, you will see the fullness of your divine destiny unfolding before you. Chosen one. Now that we have established the spiritual nature of the attack, it is crucial for you to understand the divine purpose behind it. The enemy's ultimate aim was to shake your foundation, to make you question the very truth that you carry within you. But what the enemy failed to anticipate is that these attempts to destabilize you have only served to accelerate your rise. The moment the enemy launched its attack, it inadvertently confirmed that you were on the verge of something greater. The more intense the opposition, the more you can be assured that your divine elevation is imminent. Heaven does not allow such opposition without purpose. The resistance you are facing right now is a sign that you are stepping into a season of divine promotion. When you endure attacks like these, they are not just tests, they are confirmations that your spiritual authority is growing. What the enemy did not understand is that every attempt to undermine your purpose, every piece of darkness it cast your way, has created a spiritual spotlight. Each challenge has illuminated the very essence of who you are. It has revealed to the world, both seen and unseen, the strength you carry. The more the enemy tried to tear you down, the more you were elevated in spirit. Every unjust accusation, every betrayal, every hardship, has only acted as a stepping stone for your divine rise. As the enemy attacked you, it was not just you who was affected. The people around you, the ones who witnessed your suffering, also experienced a spiritual awakening whether they realized it or not. Heaven often uses these moments of testing to reveal the hearts of those around us. People who once stood silent, who witnessed your pain without stepping in, are now being stirred by something greater than themselves. The injustice done to you has begun to stir their spirits, causing them to feel a deep sense of conviction, even if they are not fully aware of why. This spiritual shift is profound. Those who once doubted you, those who were neutral or even complicit in your suffering, are now beginning to feel uncomfortable. Their spirits are responding to the injustice they witnessed. Heaven is beginning to open their eyes, showing them the truth they could not see before. The truth of your strength, your purity, your resilience is now shining through, and the hearts of those around you are starting to align with the divine plan. They are starting to see you through the eyes of truth, not through the distorted lens that their own fear or jealousy once provided. As heaven stirs their spirits, they are becoming more aware of the purity of your heart. They are starting to recognize the injustice that was done to you, and they are responding with a range of emotions: guilt, shame, remorse, or anger. This response is not random. It is part of divine intervention. It is a powerful thing when heaven moves in such a way that it shifts the hearts of others. Those who stood against you are now feeling the weight of their actions. Heaven has placed a spiritual pressure on their conscience. Some may not yet fully understand the depths of their reaction, but they are feeling the shift. They are sensing that something divine is at work. Heaven is not just elevating you, but also causing a spiritual awakening in those around you. They will come to see the truth of your character, and their hearts will either align with your truth or reveal their true nature, just as the enemy's attack revealed theirs. Chosen one, this is where the divine shift takes place. The very attack that was meant to destroy you is now becoming the catalyst for your rise. Heaven is orchestrating a divine reversal, where everything that was meant to hold you back will now propel you forward. What seemed like an insurmountable obstacle is now transforming into an opportunity for divine breakthrough. When the enemy sought to weaken you, heaven was strengthening you. When the enemy tried to break your spirit, heaven was refining you. You are emerging from this attack stronger, wiser, and more spiritually grounded than before. This is the divine reversal. The moment when the enemy's plans are turned against them, and you are elevated to a higher level of authority. The purpose of divine reversal is not simply to correct the wrongs done to you, but to prepare you for the next level of your purpose. Heaven is clearing the path before you, removing anything that could hinder your progress. This includes removing toxic environments, unhealthy relationships, and anything that is not aligned with the divine purpose for your life. What once seemed like loss is now being revealed as divine protection. What felt like isolation is now seen as preparation for your next season of elevation. Heaven does not allow suffering without purpose. Every tear you shed, every moment of pain you endured, has been used as a stepping stone to elevate you to a new level of spiritual maturity and authority. You are stepping into a new season of favor, where the doors that were once closed will now open wide. The clarity you once lacked will now flood your spirit, guiding you forward with divine direction. You are stepping into a season where everything that was meant to harm you is now becoming the very reason you are elevated. As you rise above the attack, you will also rise in divine authority. This authority is not just spiritual, it is practical. Your life will begin to align with the divine plan in ways that are tangible and undeniable. People will start to see the change in you, not just in your actions, but in your presence. Your spiritual authority will begin to manifest in the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, and the way you influence the world around you. This authority will not be challenged. It will not be undermined. It will not be swayed by the forces that tried to diminish you. When heaven elevates you, no one can stand in the way of your destiny. You will walk into rooms, and people will feel the weight of your presence. You will speak, and your words will carry divine weight. Your influence will expand because heaven has ordained it. Your spiritual authority is a gift, a power that has been cultivated through the fire of testing and trial. It has been refined, and now it is ready to shine. Chosen one, your rise is inevitable. No matter how hard the enemy tries to attack, no matter how much darkness seeks to hold you back, you are destined for greatness. Heaven has already decided your outcome, and that outcome is one of divine favor, protection, and elevation. The enemy tried to stop you, but in doing so, it only expedited your rise. Heaven used the attack as a launching pad for your purpose. You are now entering a season of divine vindication, where everything that was once hidden will be brought to light, and everything that was meant to harm you will become the reason for your elevation. Chosen one, it is time to understand the profound truth that the attack you faced was not just an assault on your character, it was a divine revelation. In every moment of struggle, in every instance of trial, heaven was not only allowing your endurance to shine through, but also unveiling the true nature of those around you. This spiritual test, though painful, had a deeper purpose. It revealed the hearts of the people who surrounded you. It exposed the light in you and the darkness in them, making it undeniable to anyone with eyes to see. The attackers who launched their unjust assault against you did not realize that their actions would not only harm you but would expose their own spiritual deficiencies. What they failed to recognize in their haste to bring you down was that their actions were casting a light on their own jealousy, fear, and spiritual darkness. The malice they sent toward you became a mirror to reflect their own hidden insecurities, bitterness, and pride. Your response to the attack, your restraint, your focus, your unwavering commitment to your path, exposed the purity, resilience, and spiritual maturity that you possess. While they succumbed to their basest instincts, your spirit was elevated to new heights. In their attempt to destroy you, they only succeeded in confirming your strength and divine calling. It is through the hardest trials that we truly see who we are, and, more importantly, who others are. These emotions, which they harbored in secret, were now laid bare for all to see. What is most remarkable, chosen one, is that their attempts to dim your light only made your radiance shine brighter. Their jealousy became obvious, their fear unmasked, and their spiritual darkness laid open. In the face of their hostility, they revealed who they truly were. But you, in turn, revealed who you truly are. The enemy's attempt to bring you down became a revelation to those around you. Those who once doubted you, those who once stood by in silence or participated in the attack, now had no choice but to see the truth. The contrast between your response and their actions could not be ignored. Your purity of heart, your spiritual maturity, and your resilience in the face of injustice have painted a picture for everyone to see. And as heaven shines a light on this truth, it is impossible for anyone to remain neutral. Chosen one, make no mistake, this attack was never about your failure. It was about your strength. It was about testing your resolve and proving to you, and to the world, the depth of your spiritual strength. The forces that came against you did so with the intent to break you, to destabilize you, to cause you to lose sight of your divine purpose. But instead of breaking you, they strengthened you. The attack was not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your endurance. Every step you took during this trial was a victory. Every moment of restraint, every decision to rise above the temptation to retaliate or to fall into bitterness was a victory. You have proven, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that you possess the qualities that heaven values most: discipline, patience, focus, and purity. You did not allow your circumstances to define you. You allowed your spirit to rise above them. The strength you demonstrated was not your own, it was divine. It was the strength that flows from alignment with the Most High. The strength that comes from walking in truth, even when everything around you seems to be falling apart. Heaven, chosen one, is not blind to your endurance. In fact, heaven is angered on your behalf because of the injustice you have faced. Heaven is furious at the wrongs that have been done to you. But more than this, heaven is filled with joy and pride because of the way you handled the trial. Your ability to endure with grace, to choose discipline over vengeance, and to remain focused on your divine purpose despite the attacks, has earned you divine favor. The strength you showed in the midst of your suffering has been a beacon of light, shining brightly for all to see. And heaven is responding to that light with its protection, its intervention, and its promise of divine justice. Now, let us turn our attention to the divine favor and protection that heaven has granted you. Though the attack was meant to break you, heaven was actively protecting you at every moment. The forces that sought to harm you were blocked, intercepted, and rendered powerless by the divine forces that surround you. Heaven does not allow its chosen ones to face harm without a purpose, but it also does not leave them vulnerable to destruction. The attack may have seemed overwhelming at times, but what you did not see was the constant shielding and guarding that heaven placed around you. The forces that tried to harm you, the spiritual forces that aimed to bring you down, did not understand the divine protection that was at work. They may have thought they could strike you down, but heaven's angels were actively working on your behalf. The very weapon that was formed against you was intercepted, redirected, and neutralized before it could reach its intended target. What they meant to destroy you with became, instead, the instrument that revealed your strength, your resilience, and your divine calling. Chosen one, you may never fully understand the extent of the divine protection you received during this time. There are battles that were fought on your behalf that you will never even know about. The spiritual forces that were assigned to protect you were working behind the scenes, keeping you safe, guiding you, and shielding you from harm. And even when the attack seemed intense, heaven was standing firm in defense of you, ensuring that no real harm could come to you. Your purity and strength were amplified during this time because heaven's protection surrounded you like a shield. Divine justice, chosen one, is not a matter of vengeance. It is a matter of alignment with truth. What the enemy sought to use for evil will now be used for good. Heaven will ensure that justice is served, but that justice will come in the form of your elevation. Your enemies sought to bring you down, but they only set in motion your rise. What they intended to do to you will now be the very thing that causes your divine elevation to manifest. Heaven has already declared that your future is one of victory, and nothing can alter that divine decree. As you step into your new season, know that divine justice will prevail. You may not see all the details of how this justice will unfold, but you can be certain that heaven has already begun its work. The enemies who sought to destroy you, who tried to tear you down, will face the consequences of their actions. But this is not about punishment, it is about restoration. Heaven is not concerned with retribution, but with alignment. The spiritual law that governs the universe ensures that those who sow seeds of darkness will eventually see those seeds come to fruition, and the seeds they have sown will yield the fruit of their own making. However, divine justice is also about protection. Heaven will not only hold your enemies accountable, but it will protect you from further harm. The attacks you faced have served their purpose in revealing the truth. Now, heaven is shifting the environment around you. You will no longer face the same spiritual opposition. The forces that once sought to hold you back will no longer have the same power. Heaven is lifting you to a new level of spiritual authority, and with that authority comes the protection that will guard you against future attacks. Chosen one, you have passed through the fire. You have endured, and now the divine favor and protection of heaven are with you more than ever. I win something, man. And now the time is. I win something. I win something won for maid. I win something won for maid. You are stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your purpose than before. The attack that came against you has served its purpose, revealing both your inner strength and the true nature of those around you. Now, as heaven prepares to elevate you, you can rest assured that divine justice is at work, and that nothing will stand in the way of your destiny. What was meant for harm has become the catalyst for your rise. Heaven has seen your endurance, your purity, and your commitment to your divine path. And now, heaven will reward you with favor, protection, and divine elevation. This is only the beginning of the incredible journey that lies ahead, and with heaven's guidance, nothing will be impossible for you. Chosen one. Now that we've explored the revealing power of the attack, it is time to turn our focus toward the divine restoration and elevation that await you. The spiritual forces that attempted to destabilize you have only succeeded in unveiling your strength and divine purpose. Heaven has witnessed your endurance, your ability to rise above the darkness, and now it is preparing to reward you in ways you could never have imagined. You have passed the test, and this is your season of restoration, a time when heaven will restore what was taken, heal what was broken, and elevate you to new heights. Restoration, chosen one, is not just about returning to the way things once were. It's about a profound transformation. Heaven does not simply return what was lost. It amplifies and strengthens it. Every area of your life that the enemy tried to attack will be restored to you, but it will not be the same as it was. What heaven is bringing back is stronger, purer, and more aligned with your divine calling than ever before. This restoration is multifaceted. It's not just about material possessions, but about your spirit, your health, your relationships, and your destiny. The years of suffering, the moments of confusion and pain, will be redeemed by the grace and power of heaven. The attack you faced, though painful, has made way for your divine upgrade. Heaven is preparing you for a new level of blessing, one that will be far greater than anything you lost during your trials. What was taken from you, whether it was peace, joy, relationships, or opportunities, will now be restored with greater abundance. Heaven's restoration is not a mere replacement. It is a divine multiplication. The suffering you endured has shaped you into someone capable of handling the greater blessing that is now on its way to you. You are being positioned for the kind of elevation that brings a divine peace and clarity that the world cannot understand. Chosen one, the moment has arrived for you to step into your divine purpose with boldness and confidence. The attacks you faced were never about the enemy trying to break you, they were about your elevation. They were designed to cause you to question your worth, to push you to the brink of despair. But instead, you found your strength. And now, heaven is responding to your endurance by opening doors that no one can close and setting you on a path toward divine destiny that is uniquely yours. This elevation is not just about a change in your circumstances, but a deepening of your spiritual authority. Heaven has been preparing you for this moment for a long time. And everything you have gone through has been part of a divine plan to elevate you to a position of influence and impact. Your divine purpose is far-reaching. It's not just for your benefit, it's for the benefit of those around you, for the world that is waiting for the light you carry to shine. You are stepping into a season where your influence will grow, your voice will be heard, and your presence will carry divine weight. People will begin to recognize the divine favor that rests upon you, and the opportunities you once thought were out of reach will now begin to manifest. Heaven is setting the stage for your rise, and the world will witness what happens when someone remains faithful in the midst of hardship. Your journey, your endurance, and your divine alignment will become a beacon of hope for those who are still struggling in the dark. It is important to understand that this elevation is not something you achieve by your own effort alone. Yes, you have fought hard, you have endured, and you have remained faithful, but the favor that is guiding your rise is all of heaven. Divine favor is now resting upon you in ways it never has before. This is the favor that opens doors no one can close, that makes a way where there seems to be no way. It's the favor that causes people to recognize your worth, even when they didn't see it before. It's the favor that causes your efforts to multiply, and it's the favor that will protect you and guide you through every new season of your life. Heaven's favor is not a passive thing. It is an active force that works on your behalf, arranging circumstances, aligning people, and creating opportunities in places you never imagined. This divine favor will propel you into positions of influence and leadership, where your voice will be heard and your actions will inspire change. It will guide you to people who will support you, people who will recognize the value you bring, and people who will stand by your side as you walk boldly into your destiny. As your elevation unfolds, it's crucial to remember that the spiritual forces that attacked you, that tried to bring you down have not gone unnoticed by heaven. Divine justice is not just about retribution. It's about restoring order. Those who attacked you without cause, those who sought to diminish your light, will see the consequences of their actions. This process of divine justice is not only about exposing their darkness, but also about protecting you from further harm. Heaven is placing a shield around you, one that cannot be breached by the forces that once had power over you. But divine justice goes beyond the removal of your enemies. It is also about the restoration of your peace. The trials you have faced, the struggles you have endured, are not in vain. Heaven does not allow injustice to go unanswered, and the forces that tried to keep you trapped in their darkness will face spiritual consequences for their actions. However, this is not about revenge. It's about alignment. Heaven is aligning everything to truth. It is bringing everything back into order. Those who tried to tear you down will be exposed for their actions, their true motives revealed, and their plans will be dismantled. They have shaped you, strengthened you, and refined you for the next level of your destiny. And now, as heaven's justice moves in your favor, you will experience peace like never before. The turmoil of the past will give way to a season of calm, a season where you will feel the fullness of divine protection, favor, and guidance. Chosen one, as you stand at the threshold of this new season, remember this. The elevation you are about to experience is not just about personal success. It is about the alignment of everything in your life with your divine purpose. You are walking into a new season where every step you take is guided by heaven's wisdom. The doors that are opening for you are not random. They are carefully orchestrated by the divine hand of God. Your path is now aligned with your purpose in ways that will lead you to the fulfillment of your calling. This is your season of divine favor, divine protection, and divine elevation. The trials you faced have not been in vain. They have prepared you for this moment. And now, as you step into your purpose with full clarity, you will see that everything you endured has led to this divine breakthrough. Heaven has been with you every step of the way, and now it is time for you to rise, to walk confidently in your calling, and to step fully into your destiny. Chosen one, now that we've explored the revealing power of the attack, it is time to turn our focus toward the divine restoration and elevation that await you. The spiritual forces that attempted to destabilize you have only succeeded in unveiling your strength and divine purpose. Heaven has witnessed your endurance, your ability to rise above the darkness, and now it is preparing to reward you in ways you could never have imagined. You have passed the test, and this is your season of restoration, a time when heaven will restore what was taken, heal what was broken, and elevate you to new heights. Restoration, chosen one, is not just about returning to the way things once were. It's about a profound transformation. Heaven does not simply return what was lost. It amplifies and strengthens it. Every area of your life that the enemy tried to attack will be restored to you, but it will not be the same as it was. What heaven is bringing back is stronger, purer, and more aligned with your divine calling than ever before. This restoration is multifaceted. It's not just about material possessions, but about your spirit, your health, your relationships, and your destiny. The years of suffering, the moments of confusion and pain, will be redeemed by the grace and power of heaven. The attack you faced, though painful, has made way for your divine upgrade. Heaven is preparing you for a new level of blessing, one that will be far greater than anything you lost during your trials. What was taken from you, whether it was peace, joy, relationships, or opportunities, will now be restored with greater abundance. Heaven's restoration is not a mere replacement. It is a divine multiplication. The suffering you endured has shaped you into someone capable of handling the greater blessing that is now on its way to you. You are being positioned for the kind of elevation that brings a divine peace and clarity that the world cannot understand. Chosen one, the moment has arrived for you to step into your divine purpose with boldness and confidence. The attacks you faced were never about the enemy trying to break you. They were about your elevation, They were designed to cause you to question your worth, to push you to the brink of despair. But instead, you found your strength. And now, heaven is responding to your endurance by opening doors that no one can close, and setting you on a path toward divine destiny that is uniquely yours. This elevation is not just about a change in your circumstances, but a deepening of your spiritual authority. Heaven has been preparing you for this moment for a long time, and everything you have gone through has been part of a divine plan to elevate you to a position of influence and impact. Your divine purpose is far-reaching. It's not just for your benefit, it's for the benefit of those around you, for the world that is waiting for the light you carry to shine. You are stepping into a season where your influence will grow, your voice will be heard, and your presence will carry divine weight. People will begin to recognize the divine favor that rests upon you, and the opportunities you once thought were out of reach will now begin to manifest. Heaven is setting the stage for your rise, and the world will witness what happens when someone remains faithful in the midst of hardship. Your journey, your endurance, and your divine alignment will become a beacon of hope for those who are still struggling in the dark. It is important to understand that this elevation is not something you achieve by your own effort alone. Yes, you have fought hard, you have endured, and you have remained faithful. But the favor that is guiding your rise is all of heaven. Divine favor is now resting upon you in ways it never has before. This is the favor that opens doors no one can close, that makes a way where there seems to be no way. It's the favor that causes people to recognize your worth, even when they didn't see it before. It's the favor that causes your efforts to multiply, and it's the favor that will protect you and guide you through every new season of your life. Heaven's favor is not a passive thing. It is an active force that works on your behalf, arranging circumstances, aligning people, and creating opportunities in places you never imagined. This divine favor will propel you into positions of influence and leadership, where your voice will be heard and your actions will inspire change. It will guide you to people who will support you, people who will recognize the value you bring, and people who will stand by your side as you walk boldly into your destiny. As your elevation unfolds, it's crucial to remember that the spiritual forces that attacked you, that tried to bring you down, have not gone unnoticed by heaven. Divine justice is not just about retribution. It's about restoring order. Those who attacked you without cause, those who sought to diminish your light, will see the consequences of their actions. Heaven does not allow injustice to go unanswered, and the forces that tried to keep you trapped in their darkness will face spiritual consequences for their actions. However, this is not about revenge. It's about alignment. Heaven is aligning everything to truth. It is bringing everything back into order. Those who tried to tear you down will be exposed for their actions, their true motives revealed, and their plans will be dismantled. This process of divine justice is not only about exposing their darkness, but also about protecting you from further harm. Heaven is placing a shield around you, one that cannot be breached by the forces that once had power over you. But divine justice goes beyond the removal of your enemies. It is also about the restoration of your peace. The trials you have faced, the struggles you have endured, are not in vain. They have shaped you, strengthened you, and refined you for the next level of your destiny. And now, as heaven's justice moves in your favor, you will experience peace like never before. The turmoil of the past will give way to a season of calm, a season where you will feel the fullness of divine protection, favor, and guidance. Your path is now aligned with your purpose in ways that will lead you to the fulfillment of your calling. This is your season of divine favor, divine protection, and divine elevation. The trials you faced have not been in vain. They have prepared you for this moment. And now, as you step into your purpose with full clarity, you will see that everything you endured has led to this divine breakthrough. Chosen one, as you stand at the threshold of this new season, remember this. The elevation you are about to experience is not just about personal success. It is about the alignment of everything in your life with your divine purpose. You are walking into a new season where every step you take is guided by heaven's wisdom. The doors that are opening for you are not random. They are carefully orchestrated by the divine hand of God. Heaven has been with you every step of the way. And now it is time for you to rise, to walk confidently in your calling, and to step fully into your destiny. Chosen one. One of the most powerful effects of this divine trial is that it has caused a shift in the hearts of those who witnessed your journey. These individuals, who once stood by silently or even opposed you, are now beginning to feel the weight of their own actions. The darkness they once operated in is being exposed, and with this exposure comes a deep spiritual awakening. Heaven, in its perfect timing, has intervened in such a way that the very people who witnessed your suffering without lifting a finger are now beginning to sense the gravity of what they allowed to happen. The actions of others toward you, whether they were silent, indifferent, or even complicit, are being brought into the light, and with that revelation comes conviction. The spiritual forces that worked against you are now turning inward, causing those who once stood apart to feel uncomfortable, uneasy, and often guilty. Heaven's intervention is not only changing the way they see you, but it is also causing them to confront the consequences of their indifference. This shift is not something you orchestrated. It is divine intervention at work. People who once believed they could remain neutral, or even sided with those who attacked you, are now feeling a spiritual tug toward righteousness. Their hearts are beginning to change, and what was once a position of neutrality is now one of confrontation. They can no longer stand by in silence. They can no longer ignore the injustice they witnessed. Their spirits are responding to the divine truth that is rising to the surface. For some, this shift is subtle. They may not yet fully understand why they are feeling this way, but deep within, they sense that they were complicit in allowing the injustice to unfold. Heaven is stirring their consciences, opening their eyes to see the truth that was hidden before. For others, this shift may be more dramatic. They may feel compelled to apologize, to defend you, or to take action in your favor. This divine pressure is not random. It is the power of divine justice at work. It is the same force that exposed the darkness in those who attacked you, and now it is moving to expose the hearts of those who stood by. The beautiful thing about this divine intervention is that it allows the truth to settle into the hearts of those who witnessed your suffering. They will no longer be able to ignore the light in you. They will no longer be able to deny the injustice that occurred. And with this shift, they will be drawn to you in ways that they were not before. Heaven is softening their hearts, bringing them into alignment with the truth of your journey. Their support, once distant, will now draw nearer. Their defense of you, once silent, will now become vocal. Heaven is turning their hearts toward you because they are being spiritually awakened to the truth of what you have endured. What seemed like an obstacle at the time the attack against you is, in truth, the very catalyst for your elevation. Chosen one, this attack, though painful and unjust, set the stage for your destiny to unfold. It was a divine setup, a plan that was beyond human comprehension. When the enemy sought to bring you down, it only ensured your rise. What was meant to break you has now become the springboard for your ascension. The divine reversal that is happening in your life is powerful and profound. The forces that sought to hold you back are now being reversed. The spiritual laws that govern the universe are aligned with your divine purpose, and heaven has already declared that your time of suffering is coming to an end. This shift is not just about a change in your circumstances. It is about a fundamental reorganization of your life, where everything that was once out of order is now being aligned with your true purpose. People who once overlooked you, doubted you, or even misunderstood you are now beginning to see you in a new light. Their perception of you is shifting because the truth of your character has been revealed. What was once hidden in the shadows is now coming to the forefront. The integrity, strength, and resilience you demonstrated in the face of attack are now undeniable. Those who once thought you weak or insignificant are now seeing the depth of your spiritual maturity. The divine reversal has turned the tables. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable are now being removed from your path. Doors that were previously closed are now opening, and opportunities that were once blocked are now being made available to you. The delay, the confusion, the uncertainty, all of it was necessary to prepare you for the elevation that is now unfolding. This reversal is not about just returning to where you were before. It is about moving forward into the future God has prepared for you. A future filled with divine favor, divine protection, and divine purpose. As heaven aligns the circumstances around you, there is also a divine repositioning taking place in your life. This divine reorganization is preparing you for the next phase of your spiritual journey, one that will bring you into greater alignment with your purpose and destiny. Heaven is not only lifting you to a higher level of spiritual authority, but it is also removing the distractions and obstacles that once held you back. You are being repositioned in ways that you may not fully understand yet. But the shift is undeniable. Heaven is moving you away from toxic environments, toxic relationships, and anything that would hinder your spiritual growth. The environments that once surrounded you, those that were full of negativity, jealousy, or spiritual dissonance, are being replaced with spaces that align with your divine purpose. Heaven is creating the right conditions for your elevation, and that means removing what no longer serves your growth. The relationships that once seemed supportive, but were actually draining or misaligned, are being restructured. Heaven is repositioning people in your life, drawing those who are meant to walk with you into your next season closer, while pushing away those who do not share your divine vision. This divine reorganization is not a punishment, it is a form of protection and preparation. Those who were meant to walk with you in this new phase will begin to take their rightful place. You will no longer feel the weight of toxic influences or spiritual misalignment. Heaven is clearing the path ahead of you, and you will soon find that the obstacles that once seemed impossible to overcome are no longer present. The doors that were once closed are now swinging wide open, and the opportunities that were once out of reach are now within your grasp. Your spiritual authority is growing, and with it, your capacity to influence and impact those around you is expanding. This repositioning is not just about removing what is hindering you. It is about aligning you with your true purpose and setting you on the path to fulfill your divine calling. You are being positioned for a greater level of impact, a greater level of authority, and a greater level of blessing. Heaven is preparing you for a new season where everything aligns with your purpose, where your gifts, talents, and anointing can flow freely, unimpeded by the distractions and opposition of the past. As heaven rearranges your life, you will begin to see your destiny unfold with clarity. The path that once seemed unclear is now becoming distinct, and you will know exactly where you are meant to go. Heaven is not just setting you up for success, it is setting you up for divine victory. This is a victory not only for you, but for everyone who will be touched by your journey, your story, and your divine influence. Chosen one, you are not just entering a new season of blessings and favor. You are entering a new season of divine alignment, where everything in your life will begin to fall into place. The challenges you have faced have prepared you for this moment, and now, as heaven positions you for your next phase, you will walk with the confidence that comes from knowing that divine favor is guiding every step you take. Chosen one, now that the path has been cleared, the doors opened, and the distractions removed, you are stepping into a new phase of your journey. This is not just another season, this is the moment where you embrace a new level of spiritual authority, where you begin to fully embody the divine calling that has always been a part of you, even when you did not recognize it yourself. The attacks, the trials, and the resistance you faced were never meant to stop you. They were simply preparation for the divine authority you are about to wield. As you rise into this new spiritual position, it is crucial to understand that this authority is not about power over others, but the ability to influence the world around you in alignment with heaven's plan. This divine authority will guide your words, your actions, and your decisions. It is not the same as the authority the world values, one rooted in position, wealth, or status. Instead, it is an authority born of truth, purity, and alignment with the divine will of the Most High. This authority is the power to heal, to lead, to influence, and to bring light to dark places. It is the kind of authority that will cause others to follow your example, because they recognize the truth that flows from your heart. The shift in spiritual authority that you are experiencing is not just about external recognition, it is an internal transformation. It is about stepping into your true identity, one that has always been connected to the divine purpose for your life. Your spiritual authority is a reflection of your divine alignment. And as you continue to walk in that alignment, you will see your influence grow exponentially. Chosen one, as you step into this new level of spiritual authority, heaven is opening new doors for you, doors that lead to opportunities, blessings, and divine connections that will propel you toward your destiny. These doors have been waiting for you, but they were never meant to open until you had reached the point of alignment with your purpose. The divine favor that is now resting upon you will begin to unlock these doors, and you will find that opportunities flow to you with ease. The challenges you faced in the past were part of the divine process of preparation. Heaven was waiting for you to become the person you needed to be in order to step through these doors. You were being equipped with the spiritual maturity, wisdom, and clarity necessary to walk into this next season with confidence and grace. The doors opening now are not the same as the ones you once tried to force open. These are divine doors, perfectly aligned with your calling and purpose, and as they open, you will see not only the opportunities, but also the people, resources, and support that are necessary to fulfill your divine mission. Understand that this is not just a season of receiving blessings, it is a season of divine assignment, where every opportunity is an opportunity to walk in your purpose. Heaven has been preparing you for this moment, and now you are positioned to step into roles of influence, leadership, and divine impact. The doors that are opening are not just for your benefit, they are for the benefit of those around you, for the world that needs the light and truth you carry. Your divine purpose is larger than just your personal success. The opportunities that will now be made available to you are part of the larger story of how heaven is using your life to make an impact. Every door that opens is a step closer to fulfilling the divine calling that has been placed upon your life. The spiritual authority you now carry will lead you to people who need your wisdom, your insight, and your leadership. The authority you now carry is directly tied to your ability to stay aligned with heaven's will. And as you continue to walk in this alignment, you will see your life unfold in ways that reflect divine purpose. Living in divine alignment means that every decision, every action, every word you speak is rooted in truth and purpose. It means that your life reflects the values and principles that heaven has instilled within you. These opportunities will require your full alignment with heaven's will, and as you walk in that alignment, you will see your influence expand. Chosen one, divine alignment is the key to unlocking the full potential of your calling. This alignment is not just about making the right decisions, it's about living in harmony with your divine purpose in every area of your life. It's about surrendering to the will of the Most High and trusting that every step you take is part of a greater plan. It means that your focus is not on earthly gain or recognition, but on fulfilling the mission that has been given to you. This is the power of living in alignment. It removes distractions, it clarifies your path, and it strengthens your resolve. As you continue to align yourself with heaven's purpose, you will find that doors open with ease, opportunities arise naturally, and your influence grows. Your alignment allows heaven to work in and through you in ways that are beyond your ability to fully comprehend. When you are aligned with divine purpose, there is no force in the spiritual realm that can stand in your way. Your spiritual authority will be undeniable, and those around you will begin to see the clarity, peace, and strength that comes from living in perfect alignment with your calling. Chosen one, you are now experiencing a divine shift, a shift in both your spiritual authority and your earthly experience. Heaven is not just elevating you in the spiritual realm, but also positioning you in the physical realm for the fulfillment of your destiny. This ascension is not merely a moment of personal growth, it is a shift that impacts the world around you. As you step into your divine purpose with confidence, the world will begin to take notice. People will begin to recognize the transformation in you, and they will feel the power of your spiritual presence. This divine shift is not about reaching a destination, it is about the continuous unfolding of your purpose. With each step you take, you move closer to the person you were always meant to be. Each challenge you overcome, each trial you endure, only strengthens your position in the spiritual realm. Heaven is positioning you to walk in greater authority, to lead with divine wisdom, and to influence the world around you with the power of truth. You are ascending to a higher level of purpose, one that will bring glory to heaven and fulfill the divine mission you were born to carry. This ascension is not without its challenges, but it is also filled with incredible blessings. As you rise, you will see that the world around you is also shifting. People who once opposed you or doubted you will now see you in a new light. The very spiritual atmosphere around you will begin to change, aligning with your divine purpose. Chosen one, the divine shift you are experiencing is just the beginning. Heaven is elevating you not only for your own benefit, but to fulfill a greater mission. As you walk forward in spiritual authority, divine favor, and perfect alignment, you will see the world around you transformed. Your light will shine brighter than ever, and you will step fully into the purpose you were always meant to fulfill. Chosen one, as you stand at the threshold of this divine shift, let this truth settle deeply in your spirit. Divine justice is unfolding before your very eyes. Heaven has not overlooked your struggles, nor has it forgotten the challenges you've faced. Every moment of pain, every unjust attack, every sacrifice has been seen by the Most High. You may not have understood why the injustices came your way, but now, in this moment of divine elevation, the reasons will become clear. The people who once attacked you without cause, who sought to break you, who tried to dim the light within you, these individuals will face the consequences of their actions. Heaven does not allow evil to go unpunished, and the divine forces are already at work, realigning the spiritual atmosphere to bring justice where it is due. What was meant to harm you will not stand. It will be turned around, and the truth will come to light in ways that can never be denied. The darkness that tried to overshadow your journey will now be exposed, and the spiritual law that governs justice will unfold in its fullness. Rest assured, chosen one, this is not a matter of vengeance. This is divine justice at work, which is not rooted in revenge, but in the restoration of truth. Those who sought to undermine you will not escape the spiritual repercussions of their actions. But this justice, however it manifests, is not for you to worry about. Your task is to remain in alignment with heaven, to walk forward in your calling, and trust that divine intervention is at work in every step. Heaven's intervention in your life will speak louder than any opposition ever could. Chosen one, you are stepping into a new chapter of your life, a chapter filled with divine favor, restoration, and abundant opportunities. The struggle, the pain, and the trials you've faced have been the training ground for the destiny you are now embracing. Heaven has used each challenge to prepare you for this moment of elevation. And now, as you stand in this season of divine alignment, the gates of opportunity are opening before you. This new season is one of growth, of new beginnings, and of blessings that will pour into your life in ways that may have seemed impossible before. Divine restoration is manifesting in your life. What was once broken is being healed. What was once lost is being returned. What was once closed off to you is now wide open, and the possibilities before you are limitless. Heaven is actively elevating you, not just spiritually, but in every area of your life, your relationships, your career, your purpose, your influence. Everything you have gone through has brought you to this divine turning point, and now the floodgates of favor and opportunity are about to pour out upon you. You are entering a season where doors that were once locked will swing wide open. New relationships will form, new connections will be made, and the favor that was once held back will now manifest in abundance. This is the beginning of something far greater than you have ever experienced. Your path is now clear, and you are stepping boldly into the destiny that heaven has designed for you from the very beginning. Chosen one, this is your time. Embrace the divine shift with open arms and a willing heart. Heaven has already moved, and now you must move in alignment with the divine flow. Your journey is only beginning, and the work you've done in the past, the endurance you've shown, and the strength you've developed are all part of the foundation for the remarkable transformation that is unfolding before you. Remember, divine intervention is evident in every step you take. Heaven has cleared the way, removed the obstacles, and positioned you for success. Now it's time for you to walk forward, knowing that you are fully supported by divine forces. The light within you will continue to grow, and your purpose will continue to unfold in ways that you may not yet fully comprehend. But you can trust that it is all part of the grand design. As you step into this new season of divine elevation, I encourage you to share your spirit alignment number. Declare your alignment with the divine purpose for your life, and let the world witness the power of your transformation. Reach out to those who need to hear your story, for it is not just your own journey, it is a testimony of divine intervention, divine protection, and divine elevation. This is not just about your rise. It is about the rise of many who will be inspired by your journey. Your transformation will be a beacon of hope for others, and your story will inspire those who are still struggling in the dark to step into the light. The divine shift is not only about you, it's about what heaven will do through you to bring change to the world around you. Stand firm in your calling, for you are now walking in divine authority, and there is no stopping what heaven has ordained for your life.